4 steps to take before writing an offer on a home. Number 1, determine your budget. So first off, you want to figure out what you can afford to pay monthly for a home. That will include your mortgage payment as well as taxes, insurance, and utilities. So make sure you're accounting for all expenses, not just the mortgage payment. It's also important to note that it's very common for lenders to require you to pay insurance as well as a portion of your taxes as a part of each monthly mortgage payment. If they don't require you to do that, then it's important that you account for those expenses as well. In some cases, homeowners will get hit with that tax bill at the end of the year and they're not prepared for it. So make sure you're factoring in all the expenses. Next, you'll have to determine what you can afford in terms of down payment. To avoid PMI or private mortgage insurance, you'll usually be required to put at least 20% down on a property. Having said that, on FHA loans you can go as low as 3.5% down, and a lot of conventional products will also allow you to go as low as 3 to 5% down. In fact, the average down payment for first-time homebuyers across the US is right around 7%. Another thing I like to remind my buyers when considering their affordability is there's going to be expenses that come with home ownership, so you want to make sure that between your down payment and your mortgage payment that you're not going to be at $0 when it's all said and done. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of money on the sidelines just in case there are issues that arise with the home. Obviously, you can build up those savings once you're in your home, you've already made that down payment, and you can start saving upon move-in, but you still want to have some cash reserves on the sidelines so that if an issue does come up within the first few months, that you're prepared to take care of it. Number 2, research the market. And the first step in researching the market would be reaching out to a realtor like myself. When you're talking to the realtor, you'll want to let them know what your budget is as well as what your criteria includes. These criteria can include neighborhoods you'd like to be in, walkability, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, style, lot dimensions. It can be a whole range of criteria, and you can remain as general or specific as you like depending on if you know exactly what you want. Typically, I recommend to my buyers, unless they've done a ton of research on the front end, that we stay relatively broad as we begin our research and then narrow down as we've developed a little more insight into some different areas as well as what they can and cannot live without. Number 3, get pre-approved for a mortgage. And this is most likely going to take place right after that initial phone call with your realtor as you're kind of determining where you'd like to look. I put it as number 3 because I think it's important to determine your budget that you're comfortable paying, as well as is anything in the market going to fit your budget? Because if not, it might not be the right time to buy for you. So once you've determined that there are some opportunities that do exist in the market, I always recommend you get pre-approved so that you're ready to make a move when you find that home you've been looking for. Some agents and lenders recommend that you take the pre-approval step first, but I think it's important to determine your budget as well as do some market research before you actually decide if buying is right for you. Once you make that determination, then it's appropriate to get pre-approved, in my opinion. Number 4, begin the process of touring properties in person. So now you've determined your budget, you've researched the market, and you've gotten pre-approved so you know exactly how much you can afford to pay for a home. Which brings us to number 4, touring properties in person. By beginning the process of touring in person, you can determine little nuanced criteria that you couldn't determine from photos alone. You can discover some loves versus hates that you have, some things that you can live with or you can't live without, and that way you can really narrow down the criteria and determine which home is right for you. Once you've determined a house that's right for you, you can put in an offer. Hopefully that offer gets accepted, and from there, we can navigate our next process, which is contract to close.